Hello Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 26th going to the 3rd of March. So let's dive straight in, my angels, and see what's going on for you guys. I do have my old podcasting mic here. Yes, it is so loud in here today just because of the wind. So this one is much greater at blocking out certain noises. It's like you probably can't even hear how loud it is. So that's good. But let's dive in. Okay, let's see. Let's see for my Pisces, please. Let's get two more. Okay. So you have Treasure Island coming through. That's about receiving some rewards for something that you did in the past. That turtle is quite slow moving. It seems like it's moving at a very slow pace, but nevertheless, it's bringing in a gift for you. So expect something good to happen. It just feels like a gift from the universe. Okay. You have no place like home, which is a very nice message because, you know, at times this can represent a little bit of like loneliness or, you know, being a little bit detached from people around you. But this is kind of saying that there's a reason behind this energy. So there is no place like home. This is where we are comfortable. This is where we're able to relax and regain our energy. In this case, you could be learning, detaching from a lot of karmic cycles based on spending more time in your own energy. It's really going to help you to cut off and make some certain changes. Okay. This can be people, this can be energies though. One thing I will say is that this card, when they come to life in my head, the way that I see it is almost like you're moving out of the darkness. And yes, that may mean that you're detaching from a certain like thing that you're used to. Like for you guys, this you're reading, I'm already seeing that this is actually maybe your comfort zone. This is maybe, you know, people. It's like certain, I'm actually seeing specifically for some of you that you could actually be kind of elevating and moving away from, again, like things that are comfortable to you, whatever that is to you. Spending more time with yourself, learning a bit more about yourself. For some of you, there could be something that you're doing behind the scenes that's going to be very rewarding for you later on. But I feel like you need to have that detachment from that lower energy here, whatever that is to you, that you're rising above the clouds, which is great. I think that you are ascending. That's like the vision that I get with this card, is that you're going to continuously move up and up and up. Some of you could be moving home, Pisces, but it's more about like regaining your energy by disconnecting from things that have been taking it from you. So that could even be, in this day and age, that message could even be, you know, social media. That could be something. The more that you're detaching from a habit, is what it seems like that's comfortable for you but not very good for you. It's like lower vibration. It puts you in a place of fear, or it puts you in a place of, you know, greed, whatever it may be. I don't know what it is that you're detaching from, but I do see that you're gaining energy because of this. So you will see a difference, but of course it can be very difficult to move away from something that you're comfortable, something that is something that you would naturally go to when you want. So it's kind of about discipline coming through with that message, which is so interesting. You have by the book as well, which is so good, because what this is saying, like I am still picturing this energy that you're kind of defying your inner temptation to do things the way that you usually would, but you're going the way that actually works, which is, I don't know if that makes any sense to you. The by the book card is about making progress in your life. It's about moving forward. It's about following the status quo. So, you know, you could be studying, you know, the by the book could really just be like getting your head in the book and listening to it, studying that. It could even be, again, doing something that actually works instead of going around trying to figure things out on your own. This is actually just following the way that, yeah, I hope this makes sense to you. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to like bring these images into words, but it's almost like you're following the leader. Like there could be someone online that you, or someone in real life, you know, in your physical world, that is an inspiration to you. And instead of trying to figure out all the ways that you can do it like on your own, I think it's so good to be an individual. I think it's so good to be unique. But in the case of actually following the route of success or whatever it is that you're wanting, say 11, the number 11 is very much to do with dreams and goals and community. It's really about following other people and seeing where that will take you. Yeah, usually we say go against status quo, but in your week, this week, it's really about going with the status quo, seeing where it takes you, you know, going down the route that everyone knows works. All right, no harm in it. If it leads you towards a goal, then it's great. Eventually down the line, you absolutely will be able to branch out and be unique and add your uniqueness to something. And maybe you can do that whilst you're following someone, but it's almost like in the period that you are in now, you're gonna have to follow the rules. So that's the sense I'm getting. And again, if you are breaking a habit, the same thing applies. I do recommend a really good book when this happens, like when I'm seeing like habit breaking, and it is Atomic Habits. So if you want to read a book this week, that would be a really good book to read. It's by James Clear. It literally gives you a really like no BS way of breaking habits and building new ones, and really good easy methods to do that. So I would definitely recommend that for you guys. Right, let's get you some more oracles. I see that there is an element of growth happening here, but it's like you're in that period of actually doing it and cultivating it, and you know, that discipline. You have the sun, amazing energy. You do have 111 in your readings. That could be a very important number for you. That really is to do with yourself, you know, connecting to the universe. Like that's my number for like really getting a very direct message from the universe. So, I mean, but it's up to you what the numerology is in your life. Could mean a wish fulfillment, but in this case, the sun is really about yourself and your happiness, okay? And in astrology, the sun is yourself as well. It's really about yourself and your self-expression. So you also have the second chakra, which is your sacral chakra, guys. So this is about your desires, your feelings, your emotions. All right, it's that it's that energy coming through. So for a lot of you, there could be something about your desires that's changing or is growing around this time, okay? But let's dive into your reading. Let's see for my Pisceans, your energy for this week. Nine of Swords had to show itself first, so there is an element of fear and worry, but it feels like it's more so because you're taking a leap of faith. Almost as if this home is very similar to the Fool again. It's almost, again, you're doing something differently. You're doing something differently to how you would. Six of Pentacles, again, maybe the time and energy, your resources, what you're giving to others is changing. And that's where the fear really kind of comes from. I'm almost seeing like you dangling midair. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys have a beard or like something to do with your face. I don't know why I'm scratching my face like that. I never do that. It feels like there is this element of doing something very different, and because of that, you're going down a new journey. Six Pentacles, because what you're giving to is different, what's going to come from it is going to be different. You know, it's like was it cause and effect basically is what's coming through in your reading. Is because you're creating a change is going to happen in your life. And I think that this is something that you know and wanting, but it's something that you're fearful about, and it's creating a little bit of anxiety and worry for you. All right, let's just clarify that Six of Pentacles. Temperance and the Moon. It's about balancing your feelings with this, okay? Because naturally, when you're doing something very new and something that's so different for yourself, naturally you're going to have those fears that come in, your old self coming in, you know, old habits. The Temperance is really about balancing that. The Moon sometimes is, you know, your inner suppressed feelings coming out. Temperance is saying don't ignore it, but don't let it rule either. Take some time in this energy to balance those feelings, and also remind them of the truth. You have the Moon and the Sun in your reading, which is basically saying that there are opposites happening right now. So there is an old self and a new self. There are old feelings and new feelings. There's an old reality and a new reality. Whatever it is, opposing energies are at play in your reading this week and in your energy. So it really is about balancing these two. They both are true. You've been through something and that's valid, but there is also a new reality that's coming through, a new chapter that's coming through that's also just as valid, maybe even more. So it's about paying attention to what you're giving to. Are you giving to your old self, or are you giving to your new self? Are you giving to the old way of doing things? Are you giving it the new way of doing things? Like whatever it is, it's about a balance. I would say that there is something that needs to be addressed about these feelings, okay? Like, I wouldn't say to ignore them, because the Temperance here is like, for some of you, I'm hearing like the timing is very important of when you do this. For example, like if you, because with the Moon, I don't know why I'm seeing this is like the same place. And I know it's not, but that's the way I'm seeing it. And it's almost like at nighttime, that's when things get a little bit like distorted and a little bit like emotional and, I don't know, it looks more spooky. But in the daytime, you're able to do your thing. So I don't know if it's saying like if you are prone to overthinking at nighttime, then maybe it's about doing something in the morning, thinking about it in the morning or whatever. Like, I don't know. Anyway, let's move forward. I don't know what they're saying, but it's like timing of something is very important. Right. What are the blockages then, please, for Pisces this week? Your Page of Cups, inner child energy could be a bit of a blockage here. It could be, again, like to do with your emotions. Could be a little bit of an issue here, your feelings about something. What's good about this, feelings-wise, something's uncomfortable for you. But in terms of progress, there is progress here. It's almost like, again, there is this, your reading is following the same script, basically. So I apologize if I'm repeating myself. Five of Cups is disappointment. So there is going to be like an emotional challenge for you this week. It's because something is making you feel unhappy. But there is something here. The Two of Cups is still left over in it. This card does say, pay attention to your perspective. Do you see the glass half full or half empty? Because in this case, when we see the glass half empty, we're kind of looking at it from an emotional point of view, like with your situation, not the glass itself, because the Page of Cups came up on that side. But the Page of Pentacles, the card of progress, the card of learning new things, moving forward, the card of stability, ultimately moving towards that, is kind of in what's left and what they're wanting you to focus on. All right, so they're wanting you to focus on the fact that you are grounding yourself, you're moving forward. So even though emotionally, a part of yourself is like, oh, this is so uncomfortable, I don't want to do this. Like I clearly see you're really changing something. And when you meet this kind of resistance, when you're doing good things for yourself, but you're getting pulled back, that resistance is because it's going to change your life. If you're breaking bad habits, it's going to change something in your life. And again, cause and effect, something is going to happen because of this. Just keep moving forward. So your blockage is only really, there is two energies that are calling for your attention. Again, something that's more emotionally inclined and something that's much more stable as you keep moving forward with it. Alrighty, well, let's have a little look and see what these rewards are. Treasure Island, the Emperor, gaining control. There could be a boss here. Could be giving you, what's that about? The Devil reversed with the Emperor is very interesting. I mean, maybe you're detaching from control of something. Maybe you are taking control and there is no more fear involved, no more temptation. This could actually be like a message in regards to this is your reward. I don't know if that notification, if you heard that, but that was so funny. It's just telling me my camera is going to die, so I have to go and sort it out after this reading. But the Devil being reversed is very good because it means that there is no attachment to this. The Emperor is really about self. It's about taking control. It's about leadership. It's about maybe a boss figure or a figure of authority in your life giving you something. But the Devil is very interesting. Because for some of you, I feel like this is saying that your reward is that you're going to have control of your life, but not in a fearful way. This fear doesn't control your life, you do. Let's just clarify that. Why is the Devil here reversed? The Empress, Four of Cups, and the Hanged Man, which is your energy, is the Hanged One in this deck. But it's almost like this is very interesting. The Empress and the Emperor is very, they're matched. They're a match, basically. So whether this is somebody else who could actually be breaking free from their old habits, this can actually benefit a relationship if you're in one, or if there is somebody from the past that might be coming back in, whoever knows. But there's something about detaching from the Devil. The Empress, the Four of Cups, and the Hanged Man, the Hanged One in this deck, Piscean energy. This really is about, both of these are Piscean energy, by the way, so this could be you in the Empress position. There's something about like seeing something differently. This is quite hard for me to interpret. Four of Cups usually is about like rejecting something or not seeing what's in front of you. If this isn't So for some of you, if this is just in relation to you, I do see that there is like a balancing of an energy between the masculine and feminine within you. The one that wants leadership, the one that wants, luxury and abundance in whatever form. It's almost like there is some enlightenment that comes from what it is that you desire based on this, like detaching from this devil energy. So maybe you wanted very superficial things. That's okay. Like, I'm not judging you for it. The devil energy is like instead of wanting it because of superficial reasons, you're wanting it for something differently than that. Like, I still see you getting abundance in what you're asking for. You're still getting leadership. You're still getting an abundance coming through for you. But it's almost like it's once you kind of recognize this devil differently, that's when it happens. Once this devil is broken free from. So for some of you, there could have been if this is somebody else, for some of you, you definitely may have been rejecting or seeing someone differently because of their addictions or their temptations, or maybe the way that they handle situations is not the best. Like, the devil again is like based on fear. In this case, I'm seeing some harmony coming through, and that was the reward. If you are in a relationship, I do see this partnership still being together, by the way. So I do see it coming together of people. It's like someone needed to see something differently, or both people needed to see something differently. That's it. Weird, right? But again, that could be within yourself. I don't know if you can hear this wind. It's actually crazy. Right. Let me focus. There's no place like home. Queen of Wands, gaining confidence within yourself. Oh, I love that energy. I feel like my wall is going to break in. You have a lot of happiness coming for you. You have the Queen of Wands, which is about confidence. I would say sexy. I want to say you're feeling sexy and confident. You're feeling optimistic, but it's only because you're being in this energy. As you're moving on up, like, I do see that happening. You do have the Seven of Cups, so just be aware. There's a lot of options. Maybe if you're single, there's a lot of options around you, or maybe you're feeling, desired in other areas of your life. You are still working things out, and that's okay. But I think that you're feeling happy and confident in the meantime, okay? You're moving beyond illusion and confusion and that lower energy. You are dealing with karmic cycles, and you are initiating change. Even though it can be confusing, I'm seeing that there is a lot of positivity around it, which is great. The by the book card is coming through with the Five of Wands, so a little bit of conflict around you, maybe have some competition as well. You have the Magician. All right, it's the ability to manifest something out of nothing, being an alchemist here by the book. The Queen of Swords. One more. Queen of Pentacles. And Two of Pentacles. So this is telling me that you are going to be very busy. There could be quite a competitive industry that you're in, or where it kind of feels a little bit conflicting. The Magician, the Queen of Swords. There could be a really interesting conversation coming through between you and someone. It probably is in the workplace or something that is going to bring a balance here. Maybe someone's giving you more work, more money. More work and more money. But some of you, this could be just the fact that you are kind of like, some of you might be in an environment in a workspace, or as you're moving towards your goal, that you might not really like per se, because there is a lot of conflict of people who are in it for the wrong reasons. Like, I think that there's something different about the way that you are, the reason why you're here. As I said before, you're kind of following the community or following the lead, so that you can learn something about, or to get to a certain destination where you can branch off. Like, that's the vibes I'm getting here. Again, this could be on a very spiritual level too. With the Magician energy, again, you can manifest whatever it is that you desire, but you might need to get clearer on it. You might need to get clearer on what it is you're desiring as you're moving forward. Okay. I'm hearing, expect a conversation about this. The Sun, which we have the Sun twice in your reading, by the way, which is the most positive card in the deck. You have the Eight of Wands. Things are moving in the right direction. Things are speeding up for you, okay? There could be a lot of good communication coming through. But this is ultimately a very happy card, and one of things really moving in your way. Even if it doesn't feel like it at times, it definitely is. Why is the second chakra here? Quite a few. You got Three of Pentacles, so you could be working on some sort of collaboration, or you're thinking about what it is you want to build on, making a plan about it. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. 7 and the 3 of Pentacles goes to a 10, by the way, so something could be taking its time to pay fruit, to show an abundance of, like, to give you rewards. The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords is interesting because for some of you, I mean, that could be a lot of desires that you have. That's what the second chakra is about. But maybe, you might be rushing towards it or wanting to rush towards it. But the thing that you're doing might take some time, and it needs to take time for it to really be stable enough to, be sufficient enough for you, for your dream, your goal, your legacy, whatever. So this is almost like, maybe just make sure that we're not blocking our own beliefs about our desires because of the fact that it's not happening in the time frame that you wanted to. You have a lot of fiery energy in your reading as yourself here. Some of you could be getting a message from a fire sign that is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries this week. That could be quite confrontational. Because the other cards that you had around it, like, it could actually be someone who wants to work with you. And that could be something that you might have to change a little bit about your beliefs and desires about if you want it or not, if it's for the best or not. Alrighty, my angels. So I hope that reading has helped you in some way, give you some insight into what the next week has, or well, actually it's this week because I'm late, has for you. So let me know if it resonated. I wish you all the best. I send you my love, and I hope to see you guys next time. All right.